Hey Cancers, this is Leah with Half Moon Tarot. I will be doing your March 2024 reading. I've already meditated over the cards and asked that Spirit bring whatever is necessary for you to hear, for you to know, expect, and be prepared for. So, Cancers, coming into March 2024, we have the Knight of Cups, the Five of Wands, and the Sun card. Now, Cancers, the layout as a whole, makes me believe that you are emotionally attached to a piece of your past, okay? And not a person, but, and not a person outside of yourself. Let me say that. It's not going to be, I'm attached to, my high school sweetheart or my ex-husband or an ex-boyfriend or nothing like that, okay? It is almost like you are emotionally attracted or emotionally attached to who you were, okay? Who you were at a certain point of your life, whether you were a vivacious person or an intentional person or whatever it is, you are emotionally attached to that and you want to get back to that, okay? Because it's almost as if that person had something to look forward to. Okay. And at where you sit right now in your current existence, it's almost as if you have nothing to look forward to. And Spirit comes through and goes, no, that's incorrect. You only have that perspective because you're trying to reattach yourself to someone of who you were and not to currently who you are. Okay. The Five of Wands says if you want something new, you got to do something new. So whether that be a passion or an action, whatever it is, you have to get out of that daily routine. Okay. That daily routine is creating a ditch. Okay. And it is some, it is something that we can get stuck in very easily and just create our identity around it. Okay. And that's simply not what is true, right? You are not your daily routine, right? That is something that you do. It is not something that you are. So if you want something to look forward to, you got to do something new, right? And the sun comes in, and the sun is like, that daily routine is not exposing you to any new experiences. So if you want new experiences, you have to put yourself in a position to be exposed to something new, right? So the sun has this two-way meaning, right? Like you are being exposed involuntarily or you are exposing yourself voluntarily to something, right? It could also talk about being vulnerable because that's all what it boils down to. Whether you're being involuntarily exposed or voluntarily exposed, you are being put in a space of vulnerability. And that could be hard to be in because you have put yourself through this daily routine. Okay? You have put yourself in a space of this is what I do and this is who I am. I'm a homebody because I go to work, I come home, I clean the house, and then I watch my shows. I'm a homebody, you know, but that same homebody is looking to be in a relationship, right? So we have to create a new routine, some new actions in order for you to get out of the house and expose yourself to new experiences so that you can expose yourself to new people and find the partner that is right for you, right? The Eight of Cups is a big card here. I know the Sun is a major arcana, but the Eight of Cups really digs down into the premise, the plot of this reading. Okay, so the Eight of Cups talks about emotional baggage. Okay, and how we can attach ourselves to something emotionally because it feels good or we attach ourselves to something emotionally because we are using what we have now, and then we feel like we can go back and redo things so that we can have a better outcome. And that's simply not true, right? And that's what I mean about being attached to the person you were. It's almost like you were like, back then, if I would have made just this slight adjustment or made these few little changes, I would be a different person now, right? Instead of looking where you are right now, and I don't even think like the level of success really is is a factor, right? It's just you're not who you used to be, right? And it's like spirits like you be grateful for who you are now because that person made you who you are now, right? All of the decisions and choices are who you are now. And you can't go back and readjust to be somebody different today. The only thing you can do right now, today, is move differently, right? Is to move into who you want to be. It's all like, it's a knot that I'm looking at. It's a knot of thoughts and emotions mixed together, like you feel like there's missed opportunities or there's a missed lifestyle or something is missing, and you just feel like it was from choices made from when you were that, vivacious teenager or 20-year-old or what have you, that things could have been different. And it's like, no, no, things are exactly the way that they're supposed to be. Your life is exactly the way it's supposed to be. Now, if you're unhappy with the life that you're living right now or dissatisfied with the life that you're living now, you have the ability and the knowledge to move forward, to expose yourself to one, things that you love, to people and groups that you want to be around and expose yourself to, experiences. You want to have new experiences, then go do those things. Okay. The Six of Swords, on the other hand, is like moving forward but looking back. So, what it says is go in with this clean slate of having these experiences. Don't go in with the agenda of your 20-year-old self, right? So here's an example. If you at 20 had these dreams of travel and dousing yourself in different cultures, and you had a list of places that you wanted to go to, and they were going to be so good, and this was the life you wanted to live, but then you ended up meeting somebody, getting married, and having 4 kids, and now here you are, 20 years later, 30 years later, what have you, and the kids are gone. They're living their lives, and now you want to get back to that list. You want to travel to those places, and that's okay, but don't do it with the agenda of the 20-year-old, right? It is almost like a revenge on the last 30 years of your life. Well, I'm going to do this because I never got to do it because I had kids, right? Or because I got married, or because I took that job, or because of this, this, and this. Just do it because this is something that you've always wanted to do, not in spite of, right? So make sure that when you're moving forward because now I really get to experience it. Because back then I really didn't have no money to do it. I had just enough money for the trip, the airfare, but when we got there, I wasn't in my 20s, I wouldn't have been able to experience all of these things, right? So now when you're moving forward, have the full experience as the adult that you are, right? Not in spite of, but because you can. I think that this is going to put you in that space of vulnerability, put you in that space of learning something new, put you in a space of getting out of that routine, right? Exposing yourself to these new experiences. And I think that in that space, you are going to discover something else about yourself that you didn't think was possible, having you giving you a different perspective and something to look forward to. Okay. Then we have the Two of Coins. And the Two of Coins talks about how can I do this when I am so tied up in adult stuff, right? Here's the funny thing about this reading. All of these cards, from the Knight of Coins to the Eight of Cups to the Six of Swords to the Sun card, they're all looking towards the past. And the only thing that is looking towards the future is the Two of Coins, right? That's the only thing that's looking forward. And the Two of Coins is so tied up in adult things, so tied up in bills, so tied up in your kids' lives, so tied up in everything that has to deal with money and funds. And I can't even feel like I can get onto my feet. Right. But when I was in my 20s, I was carefree. I could do whatever I wanted to do. And I think that is where the bond, the emotional bond and in spite of comes from. Okay. And to be honest with you, Cancer, that 20-year-old got you into this state today. So don't be emotionally attached to a state that got you into a state where you are right now. Okay? The only thing that we could do moving forward is doing better. Okay. And like I said, it's like a knot. It's a knot of thoughts. It's a knot of emotions. And getting out of that is going to be your responsibility to do. There's no list that I could give you other than getting out of the routine and and making it a goal to do something that 20-year-old couldn't do, but doing it because you can and not in spite of, right? Almost looking at it like this. You have the opportunity to take that 20-year-old on their dream vacation. You have the opportunity to take that person that you were before having kids, before having these adult responsibilities. You have the opportunity to take that person on their dream vacation. So live it up. That's something that you have the opportunity to do. Okay? And all of these things that you feel wrapped up in, at the end of the day, they're very minute. They're very small. So, Cancers, moving forward, if you want to do something differently, you got to be willing to be in a vulnerable space. Okay? I don't even know what I'm going to title this because I don't know. The knot? I don't know. I don't know because, oh, I got it. I got it. I got it. Okay? This has been, this was like a knot for real. It was really hard for me to read this because I'm like, everybody's looking forward, but the only person that's looking, everybody's looking back, but the only person that's looking forward is all tied up, you know? And it's like, maybe you do feel tied to certain things, Cancer, but when you really start to go after what it is that you want to do, you'll find that these things that you are tied up in are very small things. They're so small that it's almost like when you realize it, you're going to start giggling and laughing to yourself. Okay? So, Cancer, that has been your March 2024 reading. If this aligns with you, drop down in the comments. Let's have a conversation around it. If it don't apply, honey, just let it fly. Okay? It's okay. Just go where the shoe fits. All right. All right, Cancer. I will talk to y'all next month. Be well.